Well, hi everybody, it's Doug. It is package day. I don't expect to do any picking today. I think what I've got in this package, I plan on picking on a separate video, if at all, because it might be a tough pick. So this one demonstrates how hard it is to be a grown-up. And what I mean is, I actually received this on Monday. Today is Friday. So because I wanted to video this as I opened it, and it's been a crazy week, I had to look at this package sitting on my desk all week without opening it. But now I finally get to. So it's going to be worth it though. This is like a package within a package. It's going to be kind of interesting to see even what's going on here. But let us start with the outer package. Removing the outer seal. Oh, I see. They've got sort of a... They got one of these things. There's the outer package. And inside, the inner package. Alrighty, and I just noticed he's got my mailing address on the underside, so I'm going to need to, let me see if I can cheat that. Oh, okay, Frosty the Snowman. All right, so this one I purchased on Facebook Marketplace, and I will tell you the price once you've had a look at it. Gantry has mentioned a couple times, hey, what'd you pay for it? I usually tend to go for the better deals. There are some that I will pay full price for regardless, but I kind of like to see this. Now, actually, well, let me show you, and then I'll tell the stories. We have here two Sargent push key padlocks. You've seen me open, refurbish, and pick or pick my Yales, my push key Yales. But these are as beautiful as I expected. They've got just a little kind of rust on there that I'm going to have to just clean up and then throw some oil on the bodies just so they don't rust anymore. Now this one, it was advertised as no key, but I noticed there was a key in there. My thought is, fingers crossed, the key works, but the guy just didn't know about push key locks. Yep. Wait a minute. Or maybe not. Okay, well, either the key is temperamental or does not go with this lock, but you know me. I will have a key within time. This one, I don't know, it looks like a Sargent. So basically what I'm going to use is, since now I know what the keyway is going to be, I just have to match the keyway for this key, and we'll see what goes on. Well, actually, let's try the other thing. I hadn't considered, does this key does it maybe push for the other lock? Nope. Okay. So that is my beautiful purchase. So the story on this is that both of these locks had been sitting on Facebook Marketplace for actually a total of 20 weeks. Now, I just stumbled across them a couple of months ago, and I've been watching these things for 2 months, trying to decide whether I should be buying them. And I kept going and purchasing other things, as you guys know. And eventually, recently, I noticed that they were up for $30 for the pair. He had reduced the price. And I did a little searching on eBay, and these things are selling for between $20 and $40 a piece. So basically, made the deal with this guy, $40 total with shipping. So we're talking about, yeah, roughly $16, $17 a piece. So it was an acceptable deal, and these are beautiful locks. And like I said, I plan to, let's take a quick feel on the pins. Okay. Yeah, I definitely plan to clean these things up. It's going to take a little bit of rust remover, a little bit of rust remover being my hand to remove the rust, and some Brillo pad, and whatever else it takes. I will show you the cleaned up version once they're all done. Thank you, everybody, for joining me as I open up these really cool locks. Oh, how could I forget? In anticipation, I went to the Sargent catalog. This one, it says it was patented June of 1912. I can't recall. I think the catalog was like the 1917 or something-ish. So somewhere in there after 1912, these locks were made. So there we go, the Sargent catalog. Mine doesn't have a chain. But there it is. What a beauty. Thank you. Okay, so I did try doing a little bit of picking. I also sprayed this with some of our friend Houdini to try to get it lubed up a little bit, ready for picking. It feels like it still needs a good clean out. It would be a tough pick, but let me use this opportunity to show you about how we open one of these things with a shim. So even if picking is very, very difficult, the nice thing is that there's lots of space around the side of the plug. So rather than trying to pick each pin very, very carefully, which could take a little while, what we can do when I want to get this open so that I can take it apart and clean it up is to shim it. Now, very, very briefly, without trying to explain the whole thing, of course, you've got your pins in the plug and they need to line up perfectly at the shear line. So in order for us to be able to open, what we do is I slowly, one at a time, work the shim in between the lower and upper part of the pin. So in other words, between the key pin and the top pin above, and then I get by that one and move on to the next one, which means basically wiggling each one of the individual pins until I hit the shear line and it lets me through, wiggling the next one until I hit the shear line and it lets me through, and so on. Sorry for the very weird demonstration. But so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get that in there, and when I press it in, and obviously this is only for older locks that don't have the lip here, which prevents that. First thing I'm going to do, maybe I can actually get you guys a side view. I'm going to get that so it's resting on the very top of this first pin. And I'm going to press a little bit on it and very lightly press up on the first pin. And you have to kind of work it up and down. I think I might have to back off just a little bit. There we go. Did you notice how the shim went down? I don't know how blurry this thing got for you. Maybe more of a side view. Okay, so fingers on there. So I'm past the shear line of the first. I'll move on to the second pin, and basically we just kind of wiggle it up and down. Pin 1. Get pin 2 moving in there. There, I just got past pin 2. One, 2, 3, 5 is all the way back there. Okay, 5 feels a little bit seized, but definitely Okay, so what I had to do, sorry again for blocking your view, but I had to kind of wiggle things around in all directions. But now the shim is all the way through at the shear line, and that will allow me to lift and turn. So we did get in there. Sorry for the lengthy process it took to get there, but there we go. I can remove the shim. I'm at the shear line, and I now have the lock open. There we go. Alrighty, everybody, thank you for joining me. Please do like if you can, subscribe if you haven't already done so, and most importantly, please do drop your comments in. Love to hear what you guys have to say. Thanks, take care, everybody have a good one, and stay healthy.